Welcome to the Arab Summit News, coming to you live on All 24 News here in Algiers at the International Conference Center, Abdelatif Rahal. First in our Summit News, the proceedings of foreign ministers meeting in preparation for the 31st Arab Summit began today afternoon in Algiers. The first day of the meeting of Arab foreign ministers held at the Abdelatif Rahal International Conference Center is devoted to the adoption of a draft agenda, the review of draft decisions, and their approval. Arab foreign ministers discussed all relevant files in the interest of the region, and a consultation session is scheduled for the second day tomorrow.
The fight against extremism and terrorism is one of the most significant challenges facing the Arab nation, and one that demands the most resources. We are urged to step up our efforts and adopt an exclusive strategy, which calls for coordinated efforts.
We agreed that we will finalize the discussions tomorrow, God willing. We will resume the discussions in the preparatory meeting of the summit at midday. The most important files are the files of the Palestinian question, the positive events concerning Yemen, and the positive developments concerning Libya. The decision of the Security Council was a very positive one and calls on ending the transitional periods to prepare for elections. So all these will be included in the final communiqué.
Algerian Foreign Minister Mr. Amra said that the Palestinian issue was at the most difficult stage after the occupier continued to impose a de facto policy. In his speech, following Algeria's assumption of the presidency of the Council of Arab Ministers, Mr. Amra hailed the Palestinians for their involvement in the Algiers Agreement, sponsored by President of the Republic, Mr. Abdelmajid Tebboune, to reunite Palestinian factions.
We must not forget the concerns and issues of our Arab nation. We warmly salute the Palestinian brothers for their involvement in the reconciliation initiative launched by President Abdelmajid Tebboune earlier this year, in coordination with his brother, President Mahmoud Abbas Abu Mazen, which resulted in the signing of the Algiers Declaration emanating from the Reunification Conference and attaining Palestinian national unity that was achieved on October 13th.
Also, the Algerian Foreign Affairs Minister, Mr. Amra, stressed the need to respect state sovereignty and non-interference in their internal affairs and to preserve their territorial integrity. Let's have a listen.
The difficult situation that our brothers are experiencing in Libya, Syria, Yemen and Somalia, as well as in Lebanon and the Sudan, must bring our attention to realize the efforts and initiatives we have missed to push the path of peace and reconciliation that should indeed emerge from the Arab nation. We should therefore assist those brotherly states and peoples experiencing economic, political, or security difficulties while upholding the principles of good neighborliness and non-interference in the internal affairs of all states while respecting their sovereignty, independence, and territorial integrity.
And for his part, the Secretary General of the Arab League, Ahmed Abul Ghait, stressed that the Algerian Declaration of Palestinian Reconciliation represents an important step in the right path, hoping that the Algiers Summit will be a station for the actual embodiment of the agreement.
لا شك أن توقيع اتفاق المصالحة الفلسطينية بالجزائر مؤخرا.
There is no doubt that the recent signing of the Palestinian Reconciliation Agreement in Algeria represents a step on the right path. And we all look forward to a practical interpretation of this agreement and a commitment from the Palestinian factions to implement its provisions. Over the course of a decade, I witnessed many agreements signed and forgotten. I hope this agreement will be implemented. Finally, the Arab League is still in need of all your support. Whether it is by fulfilling contributions according to the quota set for countries, or by actively engaging in its work in all fields and aspects of activity, so that it continues to fulfill its mission. And I say with all sincerity, this regional organization has the capabilities and expertise that enables it to play broader and more influential roles within the framework of the joint Arab action in its various fields.
Ahmed Abul Ghaid added that the Ministerial Council of Foreign Ministers is of great importance in achieving the required consensus through the Arab Summit, praising Algeria's efforts that are working sincerely to make the summit a success.
نحرص جميعا كل الحرص على القمة ودورية انعقادها ونعتبر احتضان الجزائر لهذه القمة.
We are all making sure of the smooth running of the summit's convention, and we consider Algeria's hosting of this 31st summit a resumption of what was interrupted, knowing that the Joint Arab Action has continued its activities in its usual path in difficult circumstances during the past years, in which we are all aware of. Indeed, this Honorable Council succeeded, the Ministerial Council of Foreign Ministers, in maintaining Arab action mechanisms and in preserving the seriousness of the Arab decisions issued by the Council, which constitute the political framework in which we follow and expresses the collective positions that we adopt and defend in international forums.
And with the Arab States League summit approaching and the start of the proceedings of the League's councils at the ministerial level, optimism signs of a successful summit are high amongst the Arab leaders. Zara Farjani has the report.
Signs of a successful 31st session of Arab States League summit are high within the Arab leaders. This demonstrates Algeria's commitment to achieve reunification of the Arab states, with hopes of meeting the values of cooperation and solidarity in the face of challenges and difficulties. Foreign affairs ministers and representatives of various Arab countries also confirmed the Algerian commitment for the success of this session.
I'm really happy to be here, and I hope this summit will produce good results. I'm very optimistic that there will be very useful results. In fact, this has been on hold for years, so I'm expecting good results.
The Arab foreign ministers flocked to Algeria bearing a lot of hope and optimism. They believe in Algeria's ability to achieve reunification of Arab ranks.
The indicators of the success at the Arab Summit are clear. An agreement was reached on several issues after discussions and dialogues. I believe that this summit will be consensual and will reach positive results.
Algeria holds this summit. We believe that it'll be a successful one by all standards. We hope that the outcomes of this summit are positive results for the Arabs as a whole. We wish success to our people in Algeria, and we thank them for their hospitality.
Algeria is seen as the perfect host for the reunification summit. Leaders believe this session is on the right path to reach territorial integrity of the Arab countries, which affirm their full readiness to rise to the challenge and contribute to the success.
And with this, ladies and gentlemen, our special summit news comes to an end. Thank you for following. For more news, do stay tuned to the Midnight News edition later in our channel and by visiting our social media platforms such as YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram, as well as our official website. That's it for me. Bye-bye for now.